Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm Carlo here with 4GQ TV. I have my co-host on conspiracy theories today, Paris.
Yes, sir. What's going on?
Wow, so one of the most popular videos on the channel is Skinwalker Ranch, and a lot of people are diving into conspiracy theories in the comments, and kind of want to talk about it because now we are completely interested in the topic, especially
Yes.
with all these alleged drone sightings, UFOs across the globe. Now, Skinwalker Ranch seems more likely than ever. So, there is many different conspiracy theories. It's
Yes.
it's a large plot of land that Robert Bigelow bought.
Right.
It's huge. It's not like some
Huge.
small area. In Florida, to say it's huge.
It's huge. It's like gigantic. Like they even have like UFO Valley campgrounds for tours right outside the ranch. They got like a front gate, and then they got this huge plot of land. If people don't know where Skinwalker Ranch is, it's right outside of Salt Lake City in Utah. So it's out there, kind of in the boonies where it's dry at and mountains and stuff like that. But yeah, it's they got a few gates in there, so they've got a drill site. So I don't know what's going on there, but hey, all these conspiracy theorists out there think that there's a lot more to this ranch than what's being let on. And it's interesting, like in the show they were talking about and saw some pretty interesting things. So we're all for the conspiracy theories when it surrounds this. All the alien stuff, we've got like alien experimentation sites. Are we the United States government experimenting on aliens there? Did we come across some alien technology? Did we do that? I mean, like, I don't know, right?
And that's a good question. I'm not sure. I mean, there's a lot of technology out there. Like we see some of the congressional hearings lately about UAPs, and like there's discussions from scientists that come to these congressional hearings saying, well, they're not man-made. They could be
Right, right,
AI, or some have even said this theory to Congress that they could be from a different galaxy, another AI, artificial intelligence species or something. Which
hmm
I don't think we're that far yet, but it's just interesting that all these theories are popping out to Congress when they're looking into these drones and UFOs. Now, when it comes to Skinwalker Ranch, the ranch has a very big history. It goes back to a lot of theories go back to Navajo folklore, shamans cursing the land, or
hmm
skinwalkers. And there are so many different takes on these skinwalkers, but tell me a little bit about something with the Ute tribe, right? Is what
Yeah,
we
yeah,
found
the
out?
Ute tribe. They think there's a curse that was caused by the Navajo shamans, stemming from a conflict with the Ute tribe. So the Navajo Native Americans, put a curse on the Ute tribes, and the curse was to manifest in skinwalkers. So that's maybe what people are seeing that are out there. Is the curse of the Navajos and creating this curse and turning people into shape-shifting entities. I don't know, right? Yeah, there's a whole ton of stories and stuff like that in folklore that have gone on in this country that we still don't know about, right? And this is before sort of the Americans and Christopher Columbus made their landfall here. Like, remember, all this was like desert lands and trees and like all the stuff that we see today in these
Forest,
cities. Yeah,
woods, yeah.
yeah, all this stuff did not exist to be roads and stuff like that. So every road that you drive on today, just imagine that not being there, right? And it was rocks or rubbish and trees and all sorts of stuff. So yeah, who knows? Like, is that a real curse there? We don't know. I mean, the Skinwalker Ranch people from the show, they experienced some stuff. Like, you can go check out our interview with them. They talked about, feeling phenomenons and seeing things and experiencing things. So real life stuff. So who knows, right? I'm all for it because I want to know more. Maybe we should take a trip and do our own investigation of Skinwalker.
Oh yeah, I'm down for that, Paris. Don't tease me. Maybe we can get a camper, and track the U.S. all
Yeah,
the way down
yeah,
there, and maybe visit more than just Skinwalker Ranch. All these other things, it would be nice to meet back up with the cast since we did interview them, and maybe they would
yeah.
give us a little bit of a tour, or at least what they could show us. I don't know, but the episodes are really interesting with their scientific experience. And one of the legends about the folklore and the whatever else is going on that blows my mind is that there's allegedly also animals with red eyes that bullets don't do anything to. Like, they're invincible to bullets. I don't know, where this comes from, that people actually seeing these things, or if, imagination. Right. It's hard to tell, but if there was animals with red eyes that were invincible to bullets, there's only one thing I would think of. I would think it's something from outside of this metaphysical realm, like, spiritual realm. That's probably spiritual. Not... Yeah, probably more like demonic, more like demons. I'd get a priest and a rabbi and a shaman.
You got to bring a couple Bibles and Qurans or whatever else that's out there.
Everything, right?
A couple crosses and make sure you're protecting yourself. There's from the spiritual part, the UFO part is also interesting because a lot of people are thinking that there could be an interdimensional portal. There's a theory that there's a portal there where people are able to come into this world through another dimension. And those beings may be coming from another dimension instead of actually coming from like a UFO site, but, they're coming from maybe Earth 2, right? Or something that we may not be aware of. And they're just coming in here. But when they hit our world, we can't see them because they have special powers and stuff like that. So who knows? Like, those are the things that are pretty interesting. What was one of the stories, right? The strange lights that were appearing and disappearing without explanation. Like, so, they would see lights and then they would just disappear. It's like, okay, where are those lights coming from? Normally there's a source for a light and all of a sudden it disappears. Like, those sort of things, right? So yeah. And one thing I also want to talk about is the government black ops testing. Like, is the United States government down there doing black ops tests? Like, or do we, like, this goes back to, do we ever get alien technology? And Skinwalker Ranch is a place where they decided to test because, some billionaires were able to buy the land and own it and do things there that we're not aware of and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm all for it. Like, our next live show, we'll be down at Skinwalker Ranch going live.
That would be nice, right? If we could, we'd have to see how close we could get. But
yeah.
What's really interesting about this is that you mentioned something earlier. You mentioned, like, this land's been here forever, probably long before man and whatever else. So we have no idea about all the mysteries of the earth. And if you go back to some of, like, even back to Greek mythology and Greek meetings amongst the scholars, some of them used to think that there was portals to, like, what would be considered hell. And it just makes you think, like, okay, maybe it's not really a portal to hell per se, but could it be a portal, transgravitational pull to, like you mentioned, another dimension, interdimensional traveling? Could it be that the government's aware of it and they're studying it, they're researching it? Or could it be something that was placed there, right? And it's almost like there's time travelers. Yeah. Because one thing that the cast from Skinwalker Ranch said to us that I thought was interesting was that sometimes the cameras just go off and there's no explanation. Like, they just turn off. It's almost like somebody goes up to them and just flips them off. And it makes me think, like, camouflage suits. Like, there's that invisible cloak now that some countries have been developing, but maybe if there's a advanced civilization that's traveling, maybe they have a full invisibility cloak. Who knows? But it's just something that's really interesting to me. Like, what is going on here? And it's not something that just popped up with the TV show, Paris. Like, this has been talked about long before the show.
Right, long time ago, right? This is something that's been there. Like, even the pictures when you look on Google Maps and you look, or Bing Maps, whatever your choice is, you look at the place and it's like, it's kind of eerie, You definitely want to take your time. You definitely don't want to be out there at night all alone.
No, you don't want to be, because one of the things they told us was that they had somebody to come on for, I think, like almost like the first time they signed the waiver and everything, but they got really sick. They blacked out, didn't know what happened. And they got medical attention from them. But if there's lapses like that, I mean, could be magnetic too. Could be there's something magnetic there,
Right.
but that kind of strength, that kind of magnetic strength to really do that to one particular individual, they have to either be really sensitive or targeted by
Right.
something.
Right. Yeah, yeah. Not to mention, like, just they also think this could be an underground alien base where people were thinking that aliens have been traveling to Skinwalker. Well, now Skinwalker Ranch for years, and what we've done is allowed them to continue to do it, and by just buying the land and managing it, and then allowing sort of the TV show to come in and try to catch things, but that's all they can do, right? And then they go from there. So who knows? Like, if there is an alien base underground at Skinwalker Ranch, that would be wild. With all the drones and everything that's going on right now, but you never know. If aliens are out there, come by and say what's up. Let us know so we can end this discussion forever and move
Yeah.
on to the next conspiracy theory. All right, the UFO conspiracy theory has been going on for years now, so I think it's time. I don't know if UFOs are real. Do you think the world is ready?
I think so. I think we've
Yeah.
seen so much science fiction and so many authors that were intelligent that thought forward. You know,
Yeah,
I think that we would be ready.
yeah,
I think the people interested in traveling into space would not be ready, because then they would feel like that, hey, there's somebody more advanced than me, so now I need to spend more money on my space equipment. But
right.
I think the general public would be ready for something to be revealed. I think people are tired of this Roswell rumors and Area 51 stuff, and just like, yo,
Yeah,
just tell us what's going on. Like, if something's going on, tell us.
right.
And other theories are popping up that some of these drones are coming from like a alien sea base, right? Popping up out of the ocean.
Right.
So I don't know. I mean, I don't know, but it's very plausible that there could be bunches of different Skinwalker Ranch replicas across the globe. I mean, you know, Skinwalker Ranch being unique to itself, but maybe
Right.
other things across the globe, because it's, and there's also in history there has been conquest to get like certain lands, like even in Antarctica, right? Because they thought stuff was in Antarctica, or trying to find magical Egyptian artifacts, right? So all this factors into what is the big mystery on planet Earth?
Yeah, what is the big mystery? Who knows? Who knows? All we will know, all we do know now, it's the question remains unanswered. It's like unsolved mysteries back in the 80s, you know? So hopefully we'll be able to solve this, and if there is whatever's going on out there in the world, and they let us know. So I don't know if the world is ready for demons, right? I think we'd be more ready for UFOs. If they were to come out and say, hey, they're not really UFOs, they're really demons traveling from an interdimensional plane of hell coming to the world, right? That would definitely freak a lot of people out, and things like that. So yeah, we'll have to. I think that we'll probably won't know if that's true before aliens. I think we can handle aliens versus demons and monsters and stuff like that.
Oh,
So,
wait a minute. So you're one of the people that think that aliens would be a safer bet versus versus demons being confirmed across the
yes,
globe.
yes. I think we would have the ability, just people in general, we would know that, hey, there's another sort of species out there that could be more advanced than us, and we would band together, right? We would band together for humanity to say, hey, you know what? We're gonna have to band together and figure something out to make sure we protect ourselves in the long run against any other alien species that are out there in the galaxy, right? Or in our solar system, the galaxy or the universe, right? So those sort of things. But handling demons and monsters, like which monsters are good monsters, which monsters are bad monsters, like I don't think we can be able to put a pulse on that, right? You know, are they demonic? Are they from hell? Are they from heaven? We don't know, right? Because maybe they're in a fight that we just don't know, right? It's just like crazy. So I'm not sure how we would handle monsters and demons and
Listen,
spirits and all that stuff.
as somebody who really loves alligators, if there was like a big alligator monster, first thing I would try to do is befriend it. And trust me, it might work. It might work. I don't know. If you don't hear from me a couple days
Well,
after, then
yeah, they might be, you know, Yeah, I knew Carlo. I ate him. He was tasty. Yeah, that's those sort of things, right?
Yeah, monsters, lizard people. Who knows? Maybe there are walking crocodiles that are aliens that are reptilian lizard people. I don't know. I
Oh
don't.
yeah, yeah. What was that movie? V, the TV show V. Remember there were aliens, but they were like lizards, and they ate little gerbils and rats and stuff. They just
No,
swallowed.
I have not seen that. I gotta watch.
Yeah, V is a classic, like 5-part miniseries on TV back in the 80s, and it's about some aliens. It doesn't matter if I ruin it because it's so old. Yeah, but it's about some alien species that come in, and they dress as humans, but their secret plan is to take over the world, and they're actually like lizards, and then they get caught and all that other stuff. So
You know,
yeah,
see, now you made me think of something, right? So Transformers, they're aliens. They're like sparks from different planets that
yeah.
materialized into metallic cars, right? So what if these drones are Transformer aliens?
Well, if they're drones, they're Transformer aliens, then yeah, then we know that we can technically defeat them. So our weapons probably would work against them a little bit if that's the case. So I don't think we would be that much in we'd be scared, but we know that we would be able to march a defense if they were to invade us, you know?
Yeah. No, I don't think they would though. I think, if there were aliens like Transformers, we would have some good ones out there. And I would finally get my Bumblebee Camaro.
Yeah.
I think I would be chosen.
Aliens probably look at our planet, they fly by it, and they probably look at it, and they probably came here to study it, and it's like these people are just way too primitive. Like they need another 1,000 years of evolution to fix the things that's going on in the world. I mean, like we can't even solve hunger. We can't solve, like, there's so many things we can't solve, but technically we could solve, but we just don't solve, right? Those sort of things. So it's interesting, but it's sad, to tell you the truth too. So aliens probably choose not to interact with us if they are out there, if they are out there, right? So yeah, for those reasons. Yeah, not to get weird, but
no, I mean,
get political, but think about it. Like, well, look what goes on in the world today. There's wars going on. Like, we can't even get by that stuff. So yeah,
they're probably like, oh, we've been through these wars, 5,000 years ago. We've evolved.
Right.
We're way past this.
Way
We don't
past
even have
that,
currency anymore. We just print our food. It just comes out of nowhere.
It just comes out of nowhere. We don't need to have rich and poor people. Everyone is sort of, hey, go do what you do. Like, we live out here. That's kind of why, like, I want us to be able to travel the stars so we can get out and experience new things. I think we're getting bored on Earth. Yeah.
So you're on the side that maybe aliens, and that's better than the flip side of the coin, monsters and demons. I'm on the side where I think demons would be easier to deal with.
Yeah, well, I guess, like, let's just say the Native American curse, right? Let's just say it's that. And those are it's a sort of a different feel, like, how long has the curse been going? Can we stop the curse? Or do we even want to stop the curse? Like, do we just leave it alone? Like, if we find out that it's some sort of, there's different parts of the spectrum when you talk about the spiritual side, right? So is it the curse? Is it demonic when we're talking about heaven and hell, the stuff that you read in the Bibles and all that stuff? Or is it sort of like Native American spirits and all that stuff? So yeah, I'm all for it. Like, if it is some spirits and stuff like that, I think we should just, like, if we find out it is, we just leave it alone. Just let the spirits, let the curse. There's a reason why the curse is there. It hasn't bothered us for thousands of years. So let's just let it go, right? Hey, guess what? There's a curse there. The tribes had some beef and they placed a curse. There's got to be a reason, and we're just going to leave it at that. And if we try to figure out to stop the curse, we may unleash some other random
Pandora's box, right?
Right.
Unleash Pandora's box.
Yeah.
No, like, I think I'm on the side where, I'm thinking, like, let's say that it is demons. I think that it is just them trying to scare people. I think it's them just trying to make people sick, make people feel ill, things like that. And I think that if you also look at I kind of watch Ancient Aliens as well. Like, I really enjoy this show just for like the mythology behind a lot of it, not because I take everything on the show seriously. I just like to listen to what they got to say. And sometimes it makes me think, like, you know, could some of these ancient aliens actually be like demonic entities that form these different, how do I say it, convince people to make them their kings or things like that back in older civilizations. So it makes me interested in Skinwalker Ranch to see what could be below.
Who knows? Only time will tell. That's when we cue the X-Files music. Yeah, I guess we'll see. Well, yeah, please go out and check out our Skinwalker Ranch video. It is on the channel. A lot of people are loving it, as we got a chance to interview the folks on the show at the San Diego Comic-Con. So yeah, we will be, you know what? We're also going to tune into a few of the episodes and review some of those episodes for people who need to get caught up on the show. I think aren't they on their 5th season? They just finished their 5th season or something.
Yep.
So yeah, so we'll do some of that and we'll chat about it and see what people think.
And I think it's time to bring on some paranormal guests as well. Parents, yeah. We are friends. The channel is friends with Bill Slevin, who's a paranormal investigator, Joe Frankie, who is a paranormal investigator, as well as a psychic from the team, Connie, that works with them, who is also a paranormal investigator. She actually has a story about a haunted doll, which is really interesting. But we should get them on the channel so you could talk to them, because you've never met them yet. You probably have a lot of questions for them. Yeah,
let's talk to them. Let's chat about this stuff. It's awesome.
All right, everybody. Well, thanks for watching. Make sure, don't forget to like and subscribe. Share this out. Drop your comments below. I'm curious, what are your conspiracy theories? Because I want to know things that you think about. Is it aliens? Is it demons? Is it a future civilization? Is it people like Star Trek in space that are just, you know, beaming themselves around the Earth from generations and time periods? I don't know. But drop your comments below. Let us know. Like, subscribe, share, and thank you for your time. Hope to see you next time.